It's the mind behind the curtain with your hosts, Alex and Jose.
Yeah,
y'all doing?
We in the house.
We're gonna talk about the game of
We
the game.
in
That's
the
right,
house.
baby.
Yeah.
Positive and the negative.
Man, every time I get behind this mics, man, and in front of camera, I feel like I'm entering a cockpit, bro. We're ready to like fucking take off on this
We're taking
mofo.
we're taking off right now.
And I hope you guys are ready to take off with us on another episode of The Mind Behind the Curtain.
Yeah.
Welcome back, people, and thank you for being here in our house.
Yes.
And yeah, man,
what?
we're gonna be talking about vaccines, man.
This guy just muted himself.
No, I'm just looking for a timer.
Okay. Why in the hell do we even record when we're not ready?
And you know what? I should start. I'm starting it right now. I'm starting it right
Really?
now. So because we only got about 20 minutes to break this down, Jose.
Oh, Lord.
Today we're gonna talk about
First of all, we had so many technical difficulties when trying to
earlier today. Yes, lighting.
trying to do this. I think we're not supposed to be doing this.
So you should
topic.
appreciate that we managed to get on
And
this on the air.
for real, because we got to talk about this. And this episode is about the vaccines, everybody. Because there you go. All right, Twilight Zone.
This whole year has been it's felt like we're in the Twilight Zone, bro.
It is a
especially
Twilight Zone,
especially
man.
now with this whole rollout of the vaccine.
Well, you know what? It's funny because there was an episode of the Twilight Zone similar to this.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Damn.
And it was about government controlling society.
Yeah.
And taking those out of society
Okay.
that aren't performing properly
Oh.
and eradicating them.
Are you serious, man?
Yeah.
Is this like a recent
The
Twilight Zone, or is
the black and white one, dude.
people go look for that one?
Yeah. I'm gonna look for it, and I'm put down into the description down below.
if we get time to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. So that's.
Yeah.
So we had a conversation on the phone the other night, talking about how Hollywood, always foreshadows the reality of human history.
Big time, man.
Yeah, like something
Throughout
like,
everything.
They put out a movie, and then like years later, it manifests into our human reality.
Yeah. Well, I always said back in the day that everything that's a movie is either where we were, where we're going, or where we're at.
That's so true, bro. I agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I mean, right now we are a movie.
Oh, man.
We are in a movie.
It feels like a movie, man.
They've done so many pandemic movies.
Yeah.
And now we're in one.
We're in one. People, you are a background performer in the biggest movie of the
And you're
world.
not union.
Let's get unionized. Oh, no.
Well, you know what? Well, no. But they are getting paid by the CERB.
Yeah, that's right.
And the Serbs coming back. People,
Technically,
get ready.
you are getting paid to play out this whole pandemic along with everybody. Yeah, like I say, okay, yeah, the virus is real. We've always said that.
Yeah.
The reality is people are dying. Our condolences and our respect to those people
and those
families.
Yeah.
Today, I posted something on Facebook about obituaries, and man, there's like just here in this province alone, there's like 100 people dying a day. Every day there's 100 people dying.
But can I explain something, okay?
Go ahead.
They're saying that the hospitals are oversaturated with cases and overwhelmed, okay? I'm sorry, that's bull. That's BS. My dad just went for surgery the other day. They asked him, would you like your own room?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if this was a true scenario of being overwhelmed, they wouldn't even ask that question.
Of course not.
Okay.
Yeah. The argument there is that what they're saying is that they have they have a certain floor specifically just isolated for COVID patients.
That's bull.
Because they don't want to bring in the general population and mix them with the people that are infected.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Again, but you made a valid point. Some of these hospitals, I mean, and I may be wrong, but I've gone into these hospitals and they're not running at full capacity, man. They're only running probably like 60, 70%.
Not even, I'd say about 60 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if, I mean, again,
and another thing
I think in September we're going to be overwhelmed by the way we're going.
That's because of the vaccines.
Let's get into it then.
Well, let's just jump right into it.
Let's jump into it. We have this theory, people. And I know a lot of you out there are going to hate us for this. We're probably
Call us conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, you're probably like clicking, okay, out of this window and not continuing to listen.
But I'm telling you, you should listen.
What's in the vaccine? Let's start with that.
Yeah, let's go with that right now.
Let's find out what's in these vaccines, okay? So, obviously,
preservatives.
There is these companies that are putting out their own formula and they're creating their own version, but they all have one main goal, and the goal is to kill the virus, right? Mm-hmm. But realistically, they're not killing the virus. They're injecting us with something that is going to imitate the virus. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry. Mutate, sorry, it's just two words mixed together. But it's that it's gonna pretend to be a virus, right? And this is layman's terms. They're gonna inject you with some type of
the NRA,
pathogen, RNA, whatever, protein, whatever, tentacles, things that are gonna make your body think that it's being basically invaded by a deadly pathogen, right? And I don't know. See, maybe that's the right answer. Boom! And I win $1,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The winner is Alex Rockhill. See what I'm saying? So now your body is like, oh shit, there's like an intruder in my body. Boom, creates antibodies. Dude,
a foreign intruder that's gonna create antibodies is doing damage to you.
100%.
Anything that's creating an antibody is doing damage to you in some way or form.
What they're hoping is that you will recover. Thank you. Another good point. See what I mean?
Hold on, man. Do I have my...
is that your
Continue.
phone? That's a great ringtone, man.
Thank you very much.
But, it's the thing. It's the thing that we have to really be concerned about. Because, for example, I don't think my body is built to... accept this vaccine, bro.
No, because you have to understand there's people out there with certain ingredients they're allergic to.
Exactly, 100%. And I found out the hard way, man, back in 2015, just from a simple flu shot, that I was allergic to the egg-based vaccines, bro.
Yeah, but you were forced into that to work.
Well, that was in 2011. After the 2009.
Oh, so this is another one.
Yeah, so 2009 was the H1N1 pandemic, which was the swine flu, the huge one that was going to also kill millions of people, which it did, probably kill thousands of people, which has been killing thousands of people since it came out back in the 70s, since back in the 50s, since back whenever. But anyway, my point is that 2011, they were telling us that we had to take this shot if we wanted to stay working within the studio. So the concern back then was that if you're working indoors, you've had to take this vaccine. That it was recommended for you to take this vaccine.
But it's not mandatory.
It wasn't mandatory, but
you took it because you were forced to? Or
well, they played it out to me this way. They said, and this is real talk, they said, look, you got 3 more days continuity on the show. You're working in the studio. And in order to protect, because this is another thing that we got to talk about, in order to protect the crew, and the crew, in order to protect you, the crew is also getting vaccinated. So you got to get vaccinated if you want to continue working these 3 days that you have of continuity throughout this week. So I said, sure. I was innocent. I didn't know like what the effects were going to be. I totally trusted the
didn't even
this
know
vaccine.
What was inside.
I had no idea what's in it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just trusting these people. So I get injected, and sure enough, that night I had a little sore throat. I felt ill. I was sweating, dude, and I went to work with symptoms, bro. With symptoms.
That's fuck. Okay, that's.
And there were new people coming in on the second day that were background coming in, and dude, they didn't get vaccinated, but they were told that they needed to get vaccinated. Some people said no, and they didn't come back on the last 2 days.
So you were a carrier going to work basically because of the shot, and now you're transmitting that to those who just came in.
In retrospect, that whole day, I had the symptoms of the flu. And it could have been the swine flu symptoms, and I could have been like spitting out the freaking pellets or whatever they call them now, the droplets, and infecting other people, bro.
Wow, man.
For sure, 100%. But I didn't know that again. In retrospect, now I look back, and I'm like, oh shit.
See, and that's where we are today, right now, because we're looking at the vaccine, and we're looking at those people who are taking it. Why are the cases so exploding now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes no sense. We've been mask wearing, we've been social distancing, we're taking the vaccine.
Exactly.
We're being compliant.
Exactly.
Okay, for one. And now, all of a sudden, these cases are overwhelming the system. Is that because the people that are taking the vaccine are actual carriers?
Right.
And they're the ones who are bringing out the variants?
Of course.
Of this?
These are just our questions, and sure, there's
observation.
There's conspiracy theories out there that are actually putting this out there now and saying they're saying, listen, these people that are getting vaccinated are the super spreaders, and we can't help not kind of accepting that as a truth. Because
well, you got to understand one thing as well. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead, bro.
On YouTube, they had a video of the round table. And these were doctors and scientists from around the world that came together about this.
That's right.
And explained this to everybody on YouTube that were listening and watching.
That's right.
They got taken down.
The video got taken down.
Yeah,
for sure, 100%. I saw that one.
And I was amazed. I was awesome.
And they were talking about like what the future was going to be like through this pandemic.
Yeah.
And they were calling out everything.
Every little bit.
They even said there's going to be a recall on some of these medicines or these vaccines. I mean, they're going to pull them off the shelves because some people are going to get some crazy allergic reactions to them.
Well, they are already having blood clots.
Yeah.
They're having deaths.
Oh, yeah.
Israel got vaccinated so fast.
Yeah.
And look at all the people dying out there now.
And they don't want to talk about that in the media, man. And then people are so trustworthy of the media and the government that anything that they see, they're quickly to dismiss it and say, no, that's just conspiracies, it's lies. Man. And it's sad, dude.
It's bad.
Because now it seems like we're fighting people. We're not even fighting the virus anymore. We're fighting people.
Well, that's what they want to do. They want to bring us into different type of groups.
Exactly. And we're not here to try to convince you people.
No.
Because we're not going to play the same game that these people are doing to you by convincing you.
It's up to you at the end of the day.
It's up to you, like we say in our disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly. Just throw it out there for real.
Well, let's take them through some of these ingredients, bro.
Look at the preservatives.
Okay, so we got preservatives, bro. These preservatives are used to prevent contamination, right?
Yeah.
From eating foods such as certain kinds of fish, mercury, which is thimerosal contained, whatever gets into the body. Okay, so preservatives, which is thimerosal. I don't know how do you spell that. Or how do you pronounce that?
Thimerosal.
But basically, it's a preservative that's a preservative that's in the vaccine.
Yeah.
Now, we all know that preservatives are not good for you.
No.
Okay. So
we hate them in our food, so why would we want them in a vaccine?
Yeah. Now, this sounds like an alien from...
aluminum.
Yeah, this name right here sounds like some freaking like Marvel comic like villain.
Adjuvantus. Or
adjuvants? Well, adjuvants. There you go. Aluminum salts. That couldn't be good for you.
Sodium, people.
Yeah.
You can't have aluminum and salt in your body. We don't want that in our body.
No. And so and what they're telling you is that the reason why they have this ingredient in the vaccine is to help boost the body's response to the vaccine.
Come on, people.
So they wanted to act quick and fast, and here we go, right? From drinking water. But what's at the top? What's this column, bro?
This column is...
most common source found. Okay, so where it's found.
Yeah.
Okay, and so they found it from drinking water, infant formula, or use of health products such as antacids, buffer aspirin, and antiperspirants.
Antiperspirant. So you're having antiperspirant in your body that you put up your arm. And you shouldn't even put it up your arm in the first place.
Aluminum salts are found in you're right. It's found on some of these deodorants, like Old Spice deodorants and all that shit.
Unless you get water based.
Yeah, I guess you get water based. But some of this stuff is found in there, and they're saying that that's a cause of cancer, right?
It is. I stopped I stopped using it because I read a huge article about it, and it was of course taken down.
Like everything else,
probably from the products themselves.
Of course, they don't want to lose money, bro.
Exactly.
And by the way, keep using it, but use it at your own risk and in moderation.
You don't have to use it. You don't have to use it. He contradicted his ass. His own self.
I use Old Spice. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, but
I use Old Spice all the time.
I'm sorry. What I use is apple cider vinegar and tea tree oil.
Yeah.
And mix that in and put it under, and you think that's going to stink throughout the day. It leaves your body within 10 minutes, and it kills all the bacteria in your body. Yeah.
My nanny back in Mexico, back in the day, she used to use on her older siblings and cousins, and then one day I asked, like, what are you using for your armpits? Because I always saw her putting it on her armpits, and it was like vinegar and lime juice.
Yeah.
And
they did that back in Spain too.
And I was like, what? But I was a kid. I didn't know anything about BO and shit. Yeah. But a lot of people use that now. But it's it's there to kill the bad bacteria that causes the BO, right? Yeah. So all right, man. Well, let's go to the next one.
All right, stabilizers. Sugars and gelatin.
Okay,
hold on.
I wish I could scroll, man, like this, because I'd be like, okay, if you want to prevent the COVID, man, use deodorant and eat some gummies. Like, fuck, dude. Gummies
and have your sodium.
Yeah, put a lot of salt in your fucking food and you're good to go.
First of all, if you eat too much salt, you're gonna get kidney stones.
Yeah.
If you have too much sugar, you're gonna have diabetes.
That's right. And isn't the salts what is causing gout and all that shit? On people, salt crystallizes in your veins or somewhere in your feet and your ankles, and then you get this fucking shit. Anyway, we're getting to that later. Okay, well, let's move on to the next. Yeah, well, let's say to keep the vaccine effective after manufacture.
Yeah, right.
That sounds to me that maybe the virus or whatever they're putting in the vaccine is feeding off the sugars. Yeah.
Like a fly.
It's like in there and it's like keep staying alive because
I want some sugar.
Yeah, man. So there you go. Oh, and where did you find this stuff? You find it from eating. You find it in foods such as Jello,
Oh my God.
And it also resides in your body naturally.
Okay, so everybody eat Jello.
Bring back Cosby. He wasn't so bad after all. Fuck. All right, so here we go.
Residual cell culture materials.
This is the big one.
Egg protein. People, now see this. If you are allergic to eating eggs,
yeah,
you're going to be allergic to this freaking vaccine.
100%.
Simple.
So some of these, obviously, some of these vaccines and what I've heard, people describe the process of actually incubating the virus. They incubate them in eggs, bro. Basically an egg embryo. So there's an embryo inside the egg, and they inject them with this virus, and they basically cultivate this virus. They're farming the virus inside this egg, and then they extract it. Right?
What kind of egg is it?
Must be an ostrich egg or something, some big fucking egg. So anyway, so they extract the virus, and that's why that's why they call it egg-based or an egg protein.
Yeah.
So it's basically they're using the protein of an egg in order to put it into your body, man.
And what is it for?
They grow enough of the virus or bacteria to make the vaccine.
I'm a carrier.
To grow enough of
you
the
are a
virus.
carrier, people who took the vaccine. I'm sorry, it just said it here. It just stated it. Okay, people?
To grow enough of the virus.
Or bacteria.
That's right. So where can you find this egg protein?
From eating foods containing eggs. Eat the eggs then. If you're not allergic to it. Is this vaccine so
man. Come on, people.
All right,
let's move on. I love this one. This one is my favorite one.
Residual
inactivating ingredients. All right. So we looked at some of the ingredients that are active, that actually make the virus active, right? That keep it alive. Now we have some residual inactivating ingredients, which is formaldehyde.
Are you kidding me? Okay, explain them to what it is.
Formaldehyde, for those who don't know, is that if I took this skull, and this was a human skull,
with
right?
the brain.
With the brain and all that, and it came from a donor that passed away, unfortunately.
So it'd just be the brain.
Yeah, and let's say the brain, right? Let's say I extract the brain out of the skull, and I want to preserve the brain in order for me to study it in the future, right? So now I fill a big jar with formaldehyde. Big fucking jar. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. Well, the vaccine doesn't contain a large amount of formaldehyde, so it won't kill you, right? But
it does not matter.
But we'll get into it why they put formaldehyde in the vaccine. Exactly. So basically, you grab the brain, you put it in the jar where you filled it up with formaldehyde in order to preserve it. But it also kills viruses or inactive toxins during the manufacturing process. Okay?
If that doesn't say anything, then wow, man.
So basically what they're saying is that there could be a chance that while they're making the vaccine, right, there could be another virus that want to party with the COVID virus and be like, hey, I want to party with this COVID virus. Or maybe it mutated while they were manufacturing
the variants.
Exactly. And so what the formaldehyde does is kill the other viruses, right? So now, where can you find formaldehyde? It resides in body naturally. More in body than vaccines. Also found automobile exhaust and household furnishings such as carpets and upholstery.
So people, all you have to do is eat outside in those little
oh shit, that's why they're doing it.
Those things, and let the car exhaust come by while you're eating and digesting your food.
The fucking street gardens, bro.
Yeah, those street gardens.
Oh, dude, I just that's a segue here. Like, I just want to talk about that real quick. A friend of mine who owns a restaurant, I won't name his name, but dude, he had to pay such a permit. He had to pay a huge permit to fucking be able to have a street garden, bro. Because that means that he has to block off part of the street, and he has to pay for that. So the government's like, well, if you want to keep your business open, and look, we're giving you the option to open up a garden, which is totally unsafe, because a car could actually be driving by there and run you over and kill you.
Not only that, it's what you're consuming while you're eating.
All the carbon dioxide.
Those fumes, man, they go into your lungs. It's like you're next to a person smoking.
Yeah.
Even more so than that.
And now they, these health officials and people that are like trying to adjust to this new norm, they will try to tell you, well, there's a sign there saying don't stay longer than 30 minutes. We recommend that you don't stay here longer than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you gotta wolf your food down, bro.
That's like going to jail. You only have like 50 minutes to eat and you gotta leave.
Isn't that crazy?
Back to your cell.
Yeah, get out.
So this is just basically
move along.
Yeah.
Prison rules.
It's prison rules. All of this. Yeah.
Well, we are kind of in a prison, but anyway, let's get back to the list. Woo!
We're in hell.
Canada.
Oh yeah, you got the Canada time. Not trying.
All right. So now let's get back to residual antibiotics. Bro.
Antibiotics are bad for you people because it kills all your good bacteria.
And weren't we at a time in Canada against antibiotics just because of that reason?
We were a long time ago before,
Yeah, and they were like, don't take too much antibiotics because then, what was the thing they were saying?
Oh, we're going to run out of antibiotics.
And also viruses.
Then you won't be immune when we give you the antibiotics to kill what you actually have, and then you'll die. Well, they didn't say that, but they said something close to that.
And then the virus will be resistant to the antibiotics.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the antibiotics eventually won't work. So that's why these vaccines will eventually become obsolete, people.
Yes.
So next year,
want you to have
take this one.
Antibiotics.
I don't even know how to. Is that Neo from the Matrix?
Neo Meeson.
What the hell is that, man? Is that
it's the Matrix mixed with something else.
Yeah, one of our best Canadian comedians, Neil Meeson.
Neil Meeson.
Neomycin.
Neomycin. Oh
Sounds like
God.
neomycin.
Oh my gosh. It is neomycin. I'm screwed up there.
So it's, I don't know, look it up, find out what is in it, you know.
It's a drug. We know that.
It's an antibiotic, they're telling you, right?
Yeah.
So to prevent contamination by bacteria during the vaccine manufacturing process. So again, second time on this list, they're telling us that while they're manufacturing these vaccines, there could be a chance of cross contamination. But don't worry, they have formaldehyde and neomycin.
And you can't sue us.
To protect you. So there you go. Antibiotics that people are most likely to be allergic to is penicillin.
Which I am.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So are they giving us a little bit of, is this a type of penicillin or is it a type of, I don't know, man. Anything ending with cillin?
I'm not having it. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's talk about this. Okay.
And you know, again, like, you know, we want to encourage you to look up all this information and, you know, don't leave it up to us to make up your mind.
Right. But yeah, read that right there.
Let's finish off with this, right?
It's a different form of mercury. That's all I got to say.
And we leave you with that. Mercury is bad for you. It blocks your
It
blocks your vitamin.
DHEA.
Blocks your vitamin D.
Oh yeah, your
consumption.
vitamin D. Yeah, it won't be able to attack anything that's in your body. It'll stop your vitamin D from working, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what I just thought about, man? Like, they're just counting on this miracle vaccine to protect you from everything else. What happens if you catch something else, man?
Yeah.
Now your body won't be able to fight anything else.
No.
I don't know.
You're screwed.
Look it up, people.
Yeah.
We're out. This was a
We're
great
out?
episode. Yeah, man.
Are you
We're up
serious?
to
We're done?
24 minutes
Oh,
now.
that's
25
crazy,
minutes.
'cause we had a
But
whole-
we're going to do part 2.
Are we doing part 2?
Yeah, let's do part 2,
let's
man.
do part 2. We're going to come back. So, okay, we're back. Yeah, here's part 2.
We're out. For now.